rivalry that defines the sport. One that everyone points to when asked what makes a good or classic rivalry in college football. The Scarlet and Gray against the Maize and Blue. Two diametrically opposed programs who will meet again to continue a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. And the Wolverines will put total leather to crank us up. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Buckeyes offense will get the football first. Last time these two met, Ohio State didn't just fight that team across the field. They pretty much knocked them out, stomping Michigan.
Yeah, it was a heavyweight knockout, too. They were throwing haymakers right from the opening bell. We know that Ohio State recruits at such a high caliber, and they're consistently pumping guys into the NFL. First-round talent as well. Last year's game, all of their best players, they showed up big.
And Michigan had no answer, and now does Michigan have an answer this year? Because it's another talented Buckeye team. Every year you're going to play the Buckeyes, they're going to be talented. Michigan has to make the game physical. Michigan has to play their brand of football if they want to change the outcome.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. Let's send the tight end in motion. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So the Michigan Wolverines offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
Now, he was a...
Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. You see that maize and blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get first downs on the ground. That's who Michigan is.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll give it to the back. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. And the Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Gives it on the option. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? To the air, it's Montgomery. Makes the grab. At the 35, he's loose. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Cole. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Wants to throw it. Throwing right. Wide open downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. They'll run it from the gun. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking to get it in. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Pushes for the goal line. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And I love it. This offense making no bones about it. We're going to be aggressive. We get the ball down in the red zone, 4th and goal, Palmer. Stay aggressive. They run the football, and they get the touchdown.
And that's the shocking thing, David, is that on 4th down, they have supreme confidence in this offensive line to win up front, one-on-one, get some push, and then how about the ball carrier just finding his way into the end zone?
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They had to It's up to them to find a way to answer it. Using his legs, it's Hamilton. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, number 1 versus number 2, so always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
With jet sweep pass. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. Gives it on the option. There he goes. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Wolverines have their offense in high gear. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Quick strike complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. First play of the period, 1st down here. To the air on 1st down. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, 1st down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He'll pull it down and run. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Off the play fake on 1st down. Quick completion on the out route. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested.
Touchdown Wolverines! Fit it in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
On 2nd and 10, a 4 wideout set, trips right. Finds his man. It's Nicholson.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stops. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1 and 2 in the country. You know, like these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
The Buckeyes come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
We knew coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go faster, seeing it here.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
He's got him. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Buckeyes in the hurry up. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
So here comes the Michigan offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. From the gun, the ground game. Slams his way forward. He'll get 3 out to the 11.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Found just enough running room. He picks up 4 to the 15.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all...
Oh, he's got some space. The 40. Inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. Once he got a step in, was all over right to the house.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Buckeyes decide to punt it away. Let's see what he can do with it. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He'll keep it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option, down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Hang on, Swoopy, the Buckeye crowd alive on third down. He'll do it himself. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. And the Wolverines will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juice.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your play,
he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And you see the dagger concept so much in pro football, college football, and they're trying to run a guy deep to take that safety with him, pull him out of the way, and then kind of throw it right underneath that vacated area where he's at. Unsuccessfully, but that's what they were trying to accomplish on that play.
The Wolverines will hustle to the line. Leaves it with the back. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Under fire. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. The Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. It's complete to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold.
They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. And here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass. Makes the grab. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, we'll take that throw all day.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Wants to throw on first down. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. He's going to run it. Finds a crease at the 20. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Clock still running. Almost certainly the last play of the half. And he gets to the line quickly and spikes it, saves a little time, and they'll have a chance to put a 3-spot on the board before halftime. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Good, right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when the Wolverines and Buckeyes get together, and a fun first half to boot. And this offense has been a story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Michigan and Ohio State plays out.
And the Buckeyes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Making side adjustments here. They'll try to get it through the air. Gets open down the middle. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. From the gun, running back gets to give. It's a fumble. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. I don't know if it was, and it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The Wolverines can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, the running back has it. Stopped at the 44 after a 5-yard gain.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the 2nd level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Right back to the well. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Firing to the right, complete. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. And the Wolverines come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's not going to make it to the sticks, and what a stop against one of the best 3rd down offenses in the country. The Wolverines will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Cole. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
And after giving up the long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
He's in open space downfield. He's forced out of bounds at the 31, but that is why you keep it on the ground. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Got his man. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it up the 16-yard line. Handoff to the lone back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to scramble. Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house.
example of this quarterback just putting his offense on his back. Drop back, wanted to throw the ball downfield, nobody open, no problem. Extend the play, buy himself some time, and then take off with his legs to score that touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Iowa is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Niall Kinnick among the legends to wear that uniform. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by... to Nebraska. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Give to the running back. Crosses the 35. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock. Hand it off, let the running back do the rest.
And the Wolverines, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They're going to ride this running back. Turning it on! He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Shoots it to the left. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. High the chains now on second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. This time he's got it. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. They'll try to run for it. Creates a little space. Pass attempt. Touchdown, Wolverines. Once he got some room, it was over. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on it.
And the Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Corrals it at the 45. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Starts a drive trying to go up top. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. All wideouts, no backs. He'll start this drive going to the air. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Red pass, it's complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Balls it in. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we breaks into the open.
Can we just talk about how ridiculous of a catch that was? That was unbelievable. The receiver just sticks his paw out, snags the ball. That is incredible hand strength.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Zings it complete to the right. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Back to work in the final period of this one. Hand off from the shotgun. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Rides to back and leaves it.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Gets it out quickly. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Wolverines will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. The kick is on its way. And they'll just down it right there. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Looking for room. It's Callaway. Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that one's incomplete.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Hauls it in at the 40. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go.
It's a seam wide. Touchdown, Michigan. And the punishment has been extended. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories. They built a comfortable lead, and Michigan is firmly in control.
Hail to the victors has been playing. This team has handled the moment, handled the game, as well as any Michigan team we've seen. They know every year this will be a fight, but Michigan has brought it, and Ohio State hasn't responded.
And I think Michigan has just done a better job executing here in the second half. I love the way they mixed in the run with the pass offensively. Defensively, they're doing a great job communicating. They're just the more locked-in team here late in the game.
Power football with the run. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff from the gun. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So
it's picked off, and another empty drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Plows through the defense. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
So now on comes the field goal unit. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. He'll start this drive firing. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
Yeah, and this offense has struggled all day, and how about the protection up front? You got to protect your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. And his 2nd sack of the day. Nice. A lot more passing situations coming with this team down big.
Running back searching for a hole. Slams his way forward. He'll get 3 out to the 11. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Got his man to the left. Finds a seam. The 30. He's at the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Nice pitch, nice catch, and listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to, and this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here.
And that's why you've got a lot of receivers on your hands team. Guys, the best hands on your team, so they're able to hop on them.
So here comes the Michigan offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Sends it back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He's got the tight end. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front.
Offensively, you want to run that counter, right, to try to take advantage of hyperactive defenses, but just poor execution. Not a good job of understanding where I need to go when I bounce that thing backside.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Now, what a great second effort by the receiver there. Catches the football. He knows he's got to get some yards to get that 1st down. Nice job understanding that, getting to the sticks and getting the 1st down.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. The give as they work on that clock. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice...
Touchdown, Wolverines! And the pummeling has started. They put up another score here in the 4th, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe it's something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
They cross out all of the M's on campus. They call them the school up north. But this year, Ohio State will have to call Michigan the victors.